Welcome back to the Upper Echelon Podcast. We keep it real and we keep it jiggy over here. Cause why? Cause we ain't never ever scared. Come on in, y'all. I had to give y'all this update. Come on in, come on in. Let's talk about Jamal White and what is going on with the case. Y'all, we got new news to report. We got new news to report on the case of the missing child out of Milwaukee that was very quickly located, Jamal White Jr. So let me pull this up real quick for you guys. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Queen Love, Sabi, what's going on? Hey, Latae. Hey, Rewood, Miss Green Eyes, Cheryl Wagner, K. Renee. We getting ready to talk about the updates going on in the case. Before we talk about the mom, though, let's talk about all of, and I feel like every time I talk about or I go live about this particular situation, it's like I gotta run down all of the reasons why I say all of this stuff is weird, right? Because it is. All y'all, I'm telling you now, the whole family being arrested. The whole family is being arrested. And before I even get into the mother, matter of fact, I was gonna do the mother first, but before I get into the mother, I'll get on the daddy. Because very recently, because the mother, that's the newest update, but I want to get on the daddy because he recently responded to the internet. When I say the internet, he responded to all of the people on social media talking about their different conspiracy theories about, the abduction of his son. And he's not happy about what's being said. So, hey, K. Renee, girl. I couldn't hit the live button fast enough, but I was so busy today, but I was itching to talk about this, y'all. But before we get into the mom, let's get into the dad. Okay. Let's get into the dad because he's something else. Let's see. Let's pull this up. I got a couple words for the daddy. Now, this is the father's Facebook page, and drop a one for me, you all, if to just make sure my audio is good. Drop a one for me, make sure my audio is good. So this is the daddy page on Facebook, Mall785. I don't know what that means. His name is Jamal White Sr. So he responded on the internet. I'm gonna go to his first response. Okay. Where's the first one? Go down. This is him saying free his brother. Now this is his twin brother being arrested here. So on July 13th, a few days ago, he posted free top. I guess that's his brother's nickname or whatever the case is. We're also gonna go over the brother's charges as well, okay? Because there are some people saying that the brother, and even I feel like the brother has something to do with it, but we'll see when it all comes out in the wash. But I do still feel like it's a little weird that all of these family members are going to jail behind this abduction. It's kind of weird. I had one of my supporters write on my community wall, and she also has a channel. I checked her out. She said, a lot of times the police will apprehend someone and not necessarily charge them for the offense that is being investigated, but sometimes they'll arrest you on something different just because they need a reason to keep you there, just because they need a reason to apprehend you. They don't have the evidence, the proof, or a reason to arrest you for A, so they'll find B, and they say, oh, well, we can get you for B, so let's put you in jail while we investigate, just to make sure you ain't got nothing going on. So I'm just saying, if it's a little weird that the whole damn family going to jail. The boy been found, everybody should be happy. But the Milwaukee Police Department, y'all, I can't even get my words out because this is so crazy. But for some reason, hey, everybody coming in, hey, Treasure Life, Beverly Harris, everybody, Miss Green Eyes, Gigi, hey, y'all. The Milwaukee Police Department say they feel like the whole family need to go to jail. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this off because hold on, y'all. Now let's talk about it. Now the uncle done went to jail. Okay, Jamal done went to jail. I guess the daddy next. The mama done went to jail. You got Corey Williams. He done went to jail. Now Corey Williams got the same last name as the mama. Now I'm not saying that they family, but I'm saying could be. Now y'all know I don't like the gossip, but it's some strange stuff going on. But why is everybody going to jail? Just get the people that apparently kidnapped the child and carry on. What is the Milwaukee Police Department? Why? You know what? After all of this is over, if all of y'all are innocent and did none of y'all do nothing, y'all got a lawsuit on it. Y'all need to try to sue the Milwaukee Police Department for harassing y'all during this rough time in y'all family, because this child got kidnapped. He was found less than 24 hours later. I'm sure the whole family was frantic. The whole world was going crazy. And then right after he's found, the Milwaukee Police Department focusing on throwing y'all in jail. Oh, I would feel away. Why would they be putting all of y'all in jail? I mean, after all, y'all don't have nothing to do with nothing. Everybody hands clean. Daddy on his Facebook page got an attitude because people talking. Come on. First of all, I know the daddy ain't over there with an attitude. But we finna read his. He over there with an attitude because the people on the internet talking, nigga, you ran off and left your child. You didn't think people was gonna talk about that? Hold on, let me zoom in on this greasy nigga. You ran off the plug twice. Junior was calling, you wasn't calling back. You ran off the plug twice and left that boy outside with grown men with firearms to fight for himself, a 7-year-old. And you think that ain't nobody gonna, you a coward. That's why everybody talking about you. I don't care if you didn't have nothing to do with the kidnapping. You still a greaseball for running. You did not only did you run off. This is not funny, y'all. Because I've been thinking about this shit all day and it's been pissing me off. Not only did this greasy nigga run away and leave his son outside to fend for himself, but imagine running off and leaving your child outside with gunmen, then turning around to close the door behind you and locking it and putting the latch on and setting the alarm and left the baby outside with the masked gunman. You told that baby last one in the house is a rotten egg. That's what you said. You said last one to get in the house is a rotten egg. You had the nerve. I'm sorry, y'all, this is crazy. And then you had the nerve to get your greasy behind on Facebook mad at the internet because we caught you running off the plug twice on your son and leaving him outside to fight mass gunmen. Of course the internet is gonna talk, dude. It doesn't even matter what excuse you give. And then you got certain people that is like, oh well, I wouldn't have, you don't know what you would do if you're not in that predicament. Now let me say something. I agree to a certain extent. Unless you are in some predicaments, you never know what you're gonna do. I agree to that. But every single parent in this whole wide world that love their kids unconditionally with all of their heart will take a bullet for their child. Goes without saying. Absolutely no questions asked. No questions asked. If it's a speeding car coming and I got to run out into the street to push my child away so that I get hit by the car before they do, that's what I'm going to do. I will give my life for my child. I will give my life. They the only people in the world that I live for and that I'm going to die for if I have to. I would lay down my life, and I'm a woman. You a coward ass nigga. You're a pussy. You ran off and left your child outside with grown ass men that had guns. So shut the fuck up on Facebook. Take the social media beating because it's going to happen. Eventually it'll fade away and people will move on to a different story. But you're just going to have to take it. You're going to have to take it. And when the baby grow up, he will never, ever. I've been waiting to get on here to give you this tongue lashing. Your son is never going to forget how he was during the scariest time of his life. The only thing that he saw when he looked up was smoke. Because your ass was running. Because and y'all know how remember on the cartoon when Road Runner, Used to be running, and they used to have that music playing, and he'd be doing his feet real fast and make a bunch of dust, and all you saw was dust, and he started running. That's what the baby seen. The baby was looking at his bike. He looked up, heard a commotion, and he didn't even see you. He just seen your back. He seen the back of your head, and he seen dust, and that's all he remember. And when he grow up, he's gonna remember how in the scariest time of his life, he saw your ass running away. That's what he gonna remember. So while you worried about people on social media, you got bigger fish to fry, because you got a son that you're gonna have to explain that to. He's not gonna forget that. He's not gonna forget that. So you worried about social media, you worried about the wrong shit. At the end of the day, people can make any, and I'm gonna replay the video, and I'm gonna keep always replaying the video because I want to remind everybody of what happened and why people are dragging him the way that they are. Because at the end of the day, you did everything wrong. You did common sense shit wrong. You ran off and left that boy outside by himself to fend for himself, to make sure that you were safe. No parent does that. No parent should put their own life before their child's life if they're both on the line. So you were wrong for what you did. Then you turned around and locked the door on the boy. Then after that, you came outside and still didn't follow the boy, because you want to know, everybody keeps saying, why didn't he get in the car and follow the boy? A lot of people were saying it's because it was staged. At this point, we don't even really know whether that's true or not, because it's up in the air. But either you had something to do with it and that's why you didn't follow, or when your ass came back outside, you were still spooked. You were still scared. Why would you try to chase somebody down that just showed you that they had weapons and guns? You didn't care that they had your son. You was trying to protect yourself. But at the same time, when I seen the video, I ain't seen, maybe somebody else did, but I didn't see him on the phone with nobody, calling nobody's police. On the phone with nobody's police. Ain't no way he called the police that fast. He went in, slammed the door on the child, ran out after the car skeeted off, didn't see him on the phone not once. Slamming your hand down on the car, but you never got in the car to try to find that vehicle or anything. So you took no action, but you on here mad because people mad about it, or people got something to say about it. Let's get into what he's talking about. So, and I'm gonna say this too, because he's using the excuse, I didn't know that they were gonna take my son. I didn't know they were gonna take my son. Y'all act like I knew that they was gonna do that. It don't matter that you didn't know that they was gonna do that. That's like me saying, oh, I'm in a burning building. I'm gonna run out and not try to get my kids. And then I didn't know that they was gonna get hurt in the fire. They're outside with 2 masked gunmen. That's like leaving your child in a burning building. If the building burning and your kid's still in the building, you're gonna have to die with him. Because he on his page like he's some type of motherfucker. You ain't no G. You ain't no real gangster, because a real gangster not leaving his kids. So, like I said, you left them kids in danger. If the kids are in danger, you should still be in danger. You should not leave that danger until you get them kids. Period, point blank. And if you can't get them out that danger, then y'all just gonna all have to go together. Period, point blank. We gonna have to go together. That should have been your mentality. But anyway, and that's why you get no respect, and that's why you getting drugged the way you getting drugged. Period, point blank. There ain't no way to get around what you did. So he tell us that he's internet foul. He say, y'all foul. I don't know if this is like a gang sign, man, whatever. Y'all foul as hell, painting them crazy ass narratives when the police treating me like I'm the bad guy, as long as my baby straight, all that ever mattered. I ain't seen my baby face to face. The police locked me all day Saturday, questioning me even when I told them everything I knew. All while my baby was still missing. Free top. I don't owe nobody nothing but Baby J. Yeah, I agree with that. You don't owe nobody nothing but Baby J. But the one thing that you definitely owed him, that you failed at, was protecting him. So your job was to protect him, especially when he needed you most, and you didn't. You ran away. You turned into Sha'Carri Richardson on there. You smoked that boy. You ran into the house and said, last one in the house is a rotten egg. Then you locked the door. So that's what you did. So when you say, I don't owe nobody nothing but Baby J, we agree. You don't owe nobody nothing but Baby J, but you ain't giving him what you owe him either, because you ran off and left. Now, um, so then what's going on? Everybody coming in. My bad. I was on another screen. Hey Lex. Hey Fly High. Hey Chrissy loves purple. TT. Love Thy Nature. Love Thy Nature said the mother was arrested. She set it up to get GoFundMe money. Yeah, I'm about to get into that right now. As soon as I get done with this nigga right here though. Because we on both of their ass. We on both of their ass. Maul says, Jamal says, hey, yeah, I ran. Listen to this, y'all. Hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my damn baby. Y'all slow. We both alive, and my baby tried to get away like I taught him. Now, this has got to be the biggest joke I've ever seen. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh because this is a terrible situation. But listen to this nigga. Like, tried to get away like I taught him. God had us the whole time. Obviously, I did right. My baby's safe. No, Jamal. No. Ain't no hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me. You don't run, you get robbed. If your son's still outside, either you pick your son up and run, or if you can't pick him up, then you're gonna have to stay out there with him and get robbed or whatever they was gonna do. You don't run and leave him. So that's the first thing you did wrong. Then he say we slow because his baby's still alive and got away just like how he taught him to do. Okay, so now he's trying to take credit for the reason that the baby is still alive. And he's saying he taught him survival skills. So now he's saying he taught the little boy survival skills, and that's the way the little boy was able to get away because he taught him how to do that. This is ridiculous. He needs to take accountability. He was wrong for running off and leaving that boy. Ain't no excuse in the world. You ain't teach that boy. What did you teach him? How to run? He ran because he saw he was in danger. That's a natural instinct, fight or flight. When you in danger, you got two natural instincts, fight or flight. And most children in danger are 9 times out of 10 gonna choose flight. Because there's no way he could have chose fight because he can't fight two grown men. So he ran. That's a natural instinct. You didn't teach him that. Of course he ran. He was in danger. He saw that. But you're trying to take credit for his action. He ran. He saved himself. Even though he still got kidnapped or so-called kidnapped, because we're hearing that it was set up. He was doing something to save himself. You can't take credit for that. Okay, so then he goes on to say, first, I set it up. Then my brother kidnapped my son. Now I'm wrong for leaving my son. I know I effed up, y'all, and gotta tell me my son good though. We all wanted to paint every picture of me to be the bad guy. I can't win with y'all, but I won with my kid. Remember, this is the internet. Okay, so that pretty much sums that up. Hey, Maldus. Madu said his son is alive, yeah, but not due to him exactly, due to his own actions. Raquel said he ran off on the baby when the baby needed him most. Yeah, his name on Facebook is Maul785, but we gonna call him Maul ran off on the plug twice. Maul ran off on the plug twice. Hey, Super Unc Troy. Raquel said that baby outsmarted him. Hey, D Ham, what's going on? I'm just trying to get caught up a little bit. Okay, so let's pull this down and pull up the mom's pull up mom stuff. Okay, again, everybody in this situation apparently is going to jail, so I don't know what's going on here. Okay, uncle in jail, the dad being investigated, mom's in jail, the child is in CPS custody. Okay, so let's pull up this article here. Okay. Now this is I was a little confused by this because this is the mom's book info. Let me scroll down a little bit. Her name is Shavon Williams. They also have a picture in this article of the uncle that's arrested. Like I told y'all, it's like a family reunion at the Milwaukee jail, y'all, down there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They having a family reunion in jail because everybody going to jail, everybody getting locked up. But I was a little confused by this because this is her here and this is her here. So she looked very different in both photos. I don't know which one. I believe this one with the top bun up is her is the photo that she was booked with, because it says she was booked July 15th with this same photo. I'm not understanding where this one came from. But anyway, let's get into the article. So this is the mom. Her name is Shavon Williams. This article is on channel 2 now new.com. It was published about 3 hours ago. The title of it is Mother of Jamal White Jr., Shavon Williams, arrested in connection with her son's abduction. Authorities have arrested the parents of 7-year-old Jamal White Jr. after uncovering what they allege was a staged kidnapping scheme aimed to fraudulently collect donations through a GoFundMe campaign. The child's mother, identified as 32-year-old Shavon Williams, also known online as Paris Marie, and a man identified as Corey Williams, who shares her last name, have both been taken into custody. Hold on, you guys. Hold on one second. Let's see. According to law enforcement, the pair are accused of orchestrating the child's disappearance to solicit public sympathy and financial support. Investigators allege that the plan involved falsely reporting Jamal missing, launching a fundraising campaign for his safe return, and then later staging his recovery. However, the plan unraveled when police located Jamal before the scheme could be fully carried out. Jamal was found safe by officers before any significant funds were withdrawn. He is now reportedly in the custody of Child Protective Services as the case continues to develop. Shavon Williams was arrested just days after filing the missing persons report. Charges are reportedly pending for both parents, and prosecutors are working in coordination with child welfare authorities and cybercrime units to assess the full scope of the incident, including any financial crimes. You guys, don't forget, Corey Williams is actually following and liking the pictures of Shavon Williams. Hey, Shari Murray, what's going on? Of the mom on social media. So that had to have tipped the police off right there. First of all, these two, the kidnapper and the mother, know each other because he's liking her images on social media, and he just recent as a couple weeks ago, he liked one of her photos. So that's the reason that I'm sure that the cybercrime unit is now going to be involved in the investigation, because they're probably going to be sweeping through their social media accounts. Not only that, but a lot of people think that because you delete something that is no longer there. Just because if you post something on Facebook and then delete it, if there's a criminal investigation going on, the police can contact and get in contact with Meta or whoever it is they need to be in contact with to recover your deleted post. There's still memory showing what you post. Just because you deleted it from the Facebook page does not mean that it's not encrypted. So they can still find it. So a lot of people think that they're smarter than technology. I told you in another video that I did that a lot of people these days, in today's day and age, are going to jail and getting caught behind technology, cell phones, cell towers, tracking devices, Ring doorbell cameras, social media. People are going to jail and getting caught in whole investigations are being done simply with social media and technology. This is what's sending people to jail these days. You better off is not even committing no crimes. Let me just go ahead and read some more or finish reading this article. Let me read this part again. Charges are reportedly pending for, listen, wait, hold on. Shavon Williams was arrested just days after filing a missing persons report. Now listen to this, guys. Charges are pending for both parents. Both parents. Not just Shavon. So I don't know where, I couldn't find his booking info or if he's even in jail. I know that he hasn't posted on Facebook since the 14th. So while we're live, I'm going to be Googling to see if he's also been apprehended. But it says in this article, both parents, charges are reportedly pending for both parents, and prosecutors are working in coordination with child welfare authorities and cybercrime units to assess the full scope of the incident, including the financial crimes. While some online sources claim that Corey Williams may have been the mastermind behind the alleged scheme, these allegations have not been formally confirmed by the police. The case has sparked outrage online, with many expressing disbelief at the lengths to which individuals may go in attempts to exploit public generosity. Authorities emphasize that staging a kidnapping is not only a serious criminal offense, but also undermines resources and trust in the system meant to protect vulnerable children. Further details will be released as the investigation progresses. So, says here in this article that both parents have been are facing pending charges in coordination. Pending charges regarding this abduction of this child. So it seems like the whole goal was financial. The whole goal was to have that child missing probably for a few days or maybe even longer, and create a GoFundMe account and collect the funds. But a family member tipped them off. Something tells me that whoever tipped them off did it, probably knew that the child was going to be abducted, number one, probably was in communication with the mother, and probably was in on the scheme. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. The plan was to set up an abduction. The boy abducted. The family was in on it. Who knows what other family members may have been in on? This is alleged. This is what I believe. Right? So they said, we're going to get him, he's going to be abducted. We're going to create a GoFundMe. They probably didn't think that it would reach this far. Like the whole world really is talking about this all over social media. And then they said, we're going to create a GoFundMe. But what ended up happening less than 24 hours into the case is a reward was provided, was offered, $50,000. So one of those family members that was in this scheme said, I ain't gonna wait for no GoFundMe money. I'm about to call in a tip and tell on y'all and get that 50,000. See, she probably told one of the cousins or one of the aunties or one of the uncles, yeah, this is what we doing. We getting in on this because, we about to create a GoFundMe, such and such. As soon as they offered that 50K, do you see how fast the tip came in after they offered that $50,000? Same damn day they offered the $50,000. The tip came in a couple hours later. Whoever called it in was probably a part of the scheme. But they said, fuck that. I'm not about to wait for the GoFundMe money. I'm going to call in this tip and collect that $50,000. I'm not the one that set up his abduction. I ain't going to get in trouble for it. I don't give a damn if y'all go to jail and get caught. I'm going to call this tip in and I'm going to collect this $50,000. Boom. That's what happened. That's what I think happened. Oh, and the kidnappers were, they were probably, they were definitely hired. I want to say hired. I want to say the kidnappers were probably working pro bono. They was working pro bono because they did the job and they were going to wait to be paid after the GoFundMe money or something like that. Okay, so now this is all alleged, of course, because the charges are pending. She hasn't been convicted of anything, but I think anybody in their right mind, at this point anyway, can see that this is all a setup. Now, the dad, before the 14th came, the dad was saying he ain't had nothing to do with it, but this article right here is saying that both parents have been charged or are facing pending charges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to play that video again Not the first clip not the first viral clip that hit the internet, the second angle, where it shows the dad yelling and running and saying last one in the house is a rotten egg and leaving his son outside with the two masked gunmen. So we're gonna play that. The only person I believe that didn't know anything about what was gonna happen that day is the baby. I think the baby the only one that didn't know what was gonna happen. And y'all really let me find out that y'all really sat there and traumatized that child for the rest of his life over some GoFundMe money. Is it that serious? I know eggs is about $7 a cart. I know the economy is fucked up. I know inflation is going on. I know y'all benefits and shit finna get cut off, but is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to traumatize your own child? That is nasty work. That's nasty work. How did they think they were going to get away with the bogus scheme? What it was, you know what I think, Luscious Lips? Let me pull up this video. What it was is that from what I believe, they didn't think that it was going to get this big. They probably thought they was going to make a little GoFundMe. The community was going to share it around. Wouldn't get past Wisconsin. Probably thought it wouldn't get past Wisconsin. And so they didn't feel like the whole world. Danny, I don't know if I said hey, but hey, Danny. Hey, Miss E. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, K Parks. When they say that, I know you fucking lying. Somebody come. Oh, y'all, I'm about to pass out. Somebody come give me a cold rag. What is? Who said that? Now I don't want to run with rumors now. But the kidnapper and the mom do have the same last name, and they kind of look alike. They kind of look alike too. So if somebody has any information, because I'm not on social media right now, I'm not on my, well, I am on Facebook. Do got to pull it up, but I ain't got time to pull up any updates right now. So if anybody has an update that they found out that the kidnapper is the mother's brother, please send it to me so I can read it. Yeah, Madus. Rage and Ray said they say she known for high value scams. Wow, so she's a known scammer then. Let me pull this video up again because I want to show y'all why I don't care what nobody say. I still believe. Hold on, y'all. Who is that? I still believe that the dad has something to do with it. I don't care. He still has yet. He getting on social media popping his shit, but he still has yet to answer the question, why, sir? Why didn't you get in your car and chase that car down after you ran off and left him outside? Okay, you ran off and left him outside. Your excuse is that you didn't think that they was going to kidnap him. You ran off, left him outside. Left him outside. Dan came out and still didn't call the police. We didn't see you on the phone. Still didn't get in your car and try to follow anybody. Took no action. Literally was standing there. Then not only that, for you to like literally, and then somebody else said, well, what if he was running into the house because he was trying to find trying to grab his weapon or whatever. That could have been what he was doing too. People. First of all, I'm finna show y'all what I mean. First of all, he ran in the house, left the boy outside. Then this nigga came out right on time. He came out right on time. Like, soon as the Jeep Renegade left, that was his cue to run out like the distraught father. Okay, boom. The Jeep left. Then he haul ass outside as soon as he hear the Jeep leaving to make it appear that he had some sort of urgency to grab his son or to do. No, you didn't. You sat in there, locked the door, closed the door, waited for them to leave. Let's analyze this video, and then whatever y'all are saying that they're saying about the moms and Corey Williams, please send it to my inbox. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. Let's look at this real quick. Ain't this bad a bitch? Let's see. Okay. So right here, this daddy car right here, right? Excuse that beeping in the background, y'all. That's my dryer. Um, this is Jamal on his bike. Okay. That's Jamal on his bike. Here come the Jeep Renegade pulling up. Okay. Hold on. He parked his car. The thing that is funny, not funny, but it's interesting to me is how everything is so in sync. The dad comes down the street. He pulls into the house. The Jeep Renegade even allows him to park his car first. He parks. Boom, right on cue. The Jeep Renegade then pulls up. Jeep Renegade pulls up. They hopping out. The baby's still standing there. He trying to figure out who that is. They hop out with weapons. Dad get out the car, run straight into the house, close the door. Right? They're gonna let's see. Hold on. Notice, pay attention, y'all. Let me scroll. Let me see. Okay, let me take this comment down. I want y'all to see something. Notice that this guy, hold on. This guy right here in the white hoodie and the black pants, he was never going after the daddy. The other guy went after the daddy, but this guy right here was fixated on the child from jump. I don't watch this a million times already. This guy right here his job when he got out the Jeep Renegade was to get the boy. That's it. His job was to get him. Watch. This guy is chasing him into the house. He run. First of all, let's analyze this video. He get out the car. Look at the guy in the white. Go straight after the boy. Wasn't thinking about the daddy. His job was to kidnap that boy, or pretend to. Let's talk about him. Let's talk about the guy in the black. Let's talk about the gunman. The dad right there. Why he ain't shoot him? Do you see how long he had, and how much of an opportunity he had to shoot him? What's going on, open book? He had ample opportunity to shoot him. But he never came to shoot him, though. He came to make it look like he was going to shoot him, to give the dad a reason to run into the house and leave the baby by itself, to give them the opportunity to kidnap him. Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. They let the daddy park first. Jeep pulls up. They jump out the car. Guy in the white goes immediately after the son. Guy in the black had at least 10 seconds to shoot him before he ran into the door. And even when he ran into the door, why would a gunman stop at the steps? He stopped at the front porch. This is the most polite gunman I've ever seen. He got manners, don't he? He's so polite. He said, well, I wasn't invited in, so I guess I'll stop right here, because he did close the door. Come on, y'all. He could have shot him if he wanted to. He could have shot him if he wanted to. And if he wanted to, he could have bust through the door, kicked the door in. Unless he think he might have a weapon in there. But if he didn't want to go in, he could have shot through the window. He could have shot through the door. If you're trying to kill him, that's what you're gonna do. You playing around. You fucking around. You pussyfooting around. What did you really come to do? What kind of criminals are you? He's standing right in front. You had plenty of time to take him down. At least 4 shots by the time he done got to the door. He'd have been a goner. Look at all that. Look, go straight after the boy. He chases the boy around the house. Damn, he really want that boy, don't he? So he chases the boy, gets him. Soon as he see that he has the boy, mind you, can I ask y'all something? Let's pay attention to this. Yeah, Trini, that's why he closed the door, so his son couldn't come in. Thank you to who somebody sent me a cash app. Thank you, Aunt Tasha, for that cash app. I appreciate that. Let me say this, y'all. Right? So hold on. Let me go back to this. Let me. Where's the tab at? I want y'all to notice something. This guy in the white, like I told y'all, pay attention. I'm gonna do it again. Pay attention. This dude right here in the white, he first time soon he got out the car, he went after the little boy. He chased that boy down all the way around the house, out of the sight of the camera. Right? Pay attention to what the guy in the black is doing while he's trying to get Baby J. Pay attention to what the guy in the black is doing. He goes straight after Baby J. Black hoodie chased dad in the house. He chases Baby J. Dad in the house. What the gunman waiting for? He runs when he sees the man has the baby. He literally stood there until the man got the baby with the gun. He wasn't scared that the dad was going to bust back out of the house and shoot him, or bust back out of the house with some other people. He wasn't in fear for his safety or his life. He didn't think that there may be some retaliation going on. Obviously, his family is shooters. Jamal and Jamal both got criminal backgrounds. They not somebody that know non-violent people, obviously, because they've been in jail. They have both got mugshots all over the internet. So these are people that'll get down with you. But you weren't scared though. You just hopped out your car with a gun, chase somebody in their house, and you gonna stand in front of the house and wait? Even if you was waiting for your partner to come back, you could have went to the Jeep Renegade and waited for him, or pulled up a little bit closer so he could hop into the car. No, you didn't do that. You didn't say, "Oh shit, let me run back to the Jeep so I can, be ready for when he get back to the Jeep, or I can meet him where he at. I can pull up a little bit closer to the house so he can jump right in." No, you didn't do that because you knew there wasn't nobody gonna run up out of that house to stop y'all from what y'all were doing until y'all left and the job was done. Y'all already knew y'all was safe. Y'all knew that everybody was in on it because this shit is too in sync. You standing there waiting for him to grab the baby, not trying to shoot through the window, shoot through the door. You just standing there like it's a regular kicking it day, waiting for him to look. He just look at him. He see the man got the boy. Now he finna run to the vehicle. White hoodie runs to the vehicle with the child. They take off. Now watch this. Soon as they take off, here he comes. Oh my God, let me hurry up and get him. Come on, y'all. I told y'all this could be a Tyler Perry production. So y'all conveniently run out the door. Y'all conveniently run out the door when the car pull off. Was y'all looking out the window waiting for the car to pull off? If y'all was looking out the window, how come you didn't run out there when you seen that he grabbed your son? Look how he busts out as soon as he see the car pulling off. Like he want to stop it so bad. No, don't leave not without my son. Now he going for dramatic effect. I don't know what this part is. For dramatic effect, then he hit the trunk of the car. Like, oh my God, you know what's going on? Your ass knew they was going to take your son. You ran in the house. It was all set up. It was all done too perfectly. You didn't jump in your car to try to stop him. Nothing. The daddy in on it too. All of them in on it, allegedly. Now let me pull this down. Okay, so what y'all saying? Y'all saying that the mom, they found out that the mom and Corey Williams, the kidnapper, the stage kidnapper, are brothers. Okay, let me see. Brother and sister. Let me see. I don't see it. Let's see. Is it a verifiable news article, or is it just like a speculation? Because I know we've all been speculating. Let me see. Jamal White. Mm. Trying to see if I can find the article, or let me see it. Let me see my. Yeah, guys, I don't see an article that says they're brother and sister. I do believe they're related, but I just don't see an article that says that. You guys are saying that you saw it, but I don't see it anywhere. Is it on social media? Is it on the news? K Renee said, I don't think they told the twin the plan. He done caught felonies behind that. I see. Let me, speaking of the twin, let me pull that up really quick. Open book said, child, no one really trying to kidnap kids right now with with them on summer break eating up everything, knew something was up, period. Um, let's see. Let's see what's going on. What's going on with Uncle Jamil. That is kind of what it sounded like, K Renee, because I was thinking Uncle Jamil was in on this shit too, because I don't know, all this shit weird, the whole damn family going to jail and stuff. So I thought he was in on it too, but you're right. I mean, for him to be going around the neighborhood shooting at cars or whatever it is that he was doing and catching felonies, obviously he wasn't privy to this was all just one big setup. So this article from the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel says uncle of abducted Jamal White since found charged with firing handgun during search. Key points. It says the uncle of Jamal White, the 7-year-old Milwaukee boy who was found after being abducted, faces criminal charges for allegedly firing a firearm during a search for the child. Prosecutors charged Jamal White, 27-year-old of Milwaukee, with 2 felonies of first-degree recklessly endangering the safety with endangering safety with a dangerous weapon. Authorities say the uncle fired the weapon toward a man and his son who were searching for the missing child, hitting an unoccupied home and a tree July 12th. I wonder why he did that. But I don't know. But anyway, the uncle of Jamal White, the 7-year-old Milwaukee boy who was found after being abducted, faces criminal charges for allegedly firing a firearm during the search for the child. Prosecutors, I read all of it. Hold on. Well, I'll read it again. Prosecutors charged Jamal White, 27, of Milwaukee, with 2 felonies of first-degree recklessly endangering safety with a dangerous weapon. Authorities say the uncle fired a GUN toward a man with his son who were searching for the missing child. The uncle is not facing any charges related to the abduction of his nephew. White was one of the 3 arrested following the child's abduction. He and another 27-year-old were arrested at the home the boy was taken from, and a 25-year-old was arrested at the home the child was found in. Charges have yet to be filed against the 25-year-old man arrested in the abduction. The gunfire occurred as the public and family searched for the missing child near the 62nd 100 block of West Houston Street, according to the criminal complaint. During the search, a man and his son were driving in a car when they saw a man later identified as the uncle, White, in a white t-shirt and red shorts began to run away from them, the complaint said. The man stopped the car and White allegedly turned around and began to shoot towards them. Remember, y'all, of the search where a lot of people were keeping their eye out for a white Jeep Renegade. So a lot of people with white Jeep Renegades were being stopped. Today I was out and I was realizing how, not necessarily white, but I was realizing how many people have Jeep Renegades. Like, my goodness. I was seeing them all over the place. And I'm like, is it because I'm covering this story that I'm noticing all of these Jeep Renegades? But anyway, it's a popular vehicle. So so I'm interested in knowing maybe these people were in a white Renegade. And so that's the reason why he suspected something and fired his weapon. So then it goes on to say that the man stopped the car, and White allegedly turned around and began to shoot towards them. So he about to lose his freedom behind a staged kidnapping. And the funny part about it is that the father is on his social media page saying free Top, like free his cousin. But if Top is in prison, or not prison, if Top goes to prison, it would be your fault if you're involved in the stage of this stage kidnapping, because he only did it because he thought that his nephew had been kidnapped. So that's on your hands. And if somebody else would have lost their life during the search, because the uncle was so distraught that he was stopping every white Jeep Renegade and shooting at people, just not even thinking clearly, because he's out of his mind with worry or fear that his nephew has been harmed or kidnapped, that blood would have been on your hands for playing like that. So then the article goes on to say authorities would later interview journalists and other witnesses on scene who confirmed these details. During one of the interviews, police saw the 27-year-old White inside the home where the child was taken and later detained him, according to the criminal complaint. White told authorities he was scared for his family and hid the weapon behind the house in a wooded area, where police later found a Glock pistol, according to the criminal complaint. The man's nephew, Jamal White, was abducted one day before his uncle fired towards those helping to find the boy. Jamal White was found later that day, less than a day after an Amber Alert was issued, and Milwaukee police deemed the child critically missing. Police said July 15th that Jamal was released to Child Protective Services, while CPS declined to comment on the case. Jamal White had his initial quarterback. Let me say this too before moving on. Y'all know they're saying that Baby J is in child protective custody, meaning that he is placed in a home with CPS. It doesn't say, now, just because you're in the custody of CPS doesn't mean that you're in a home with strangers. You could be in a home with family members if you have any family willing to take the child. They usually go to the family first, and the family will take the child and or whatever. But in this particular case, it doesn't say who he's been placed with, but I do believe that he probably wasn't placed with any family members. Y'all, I'm sorry because this is so crazy. He probably was not placed with any family members because, number one, at this point, we don't know who else in your family had something to do with this. I know his grandparents were posting on social media when he went missing, but they can't be for sure that the grandparents weren't just doing that because they were trying to make stuff look believable, because I don't trust none of them at this point. And then also, if there's an open investigation going on the mom and the dad and Corey Williams, they're not, and apparently, this is alleged because I haven't seen any valid documentation. So this is alleged. So I don't know if the mom and Corey are related. I just know they got the same last name and they look alike. But people are saying that they've seen on social media that that's her brother. So 3 family members allegedly have already been arrested. So they don't know who those 3 people are going to be in contact with while they're in jail. So if they were to place Jamal with his grandparents, the grandparents obviously are going to have contact with the mother and the father probably, and the alleged kidnapper, because they're related. So by doing that, the family members in jail could ask to speak to Jamal. And if Jamal knows anything, or if Jamal can provide any witness statement, or if he can tell them what happened when he was kidnapped, where did he go, what happened, all of that stuff can be manipulated if they talk to him before the police can get a chance to deal with him. So I highly doubt that they will place this child with a family member who potentially still would have contact with those in jail. So I could see him being placed probably in a traditional foster home with people that he doesn't even know. And if that's the case, that's sad, because y'all did all of this for money. You first of all done traumatized. You done fucked this child whole life up. You done first of all traumatized him with the whole stage situation with the gunman. He traumatized by that. He traumatized because when it happened, the daddy ran off and left him outside and ran off the plug twice. Then now he's further traumatized because his father is ripped away from him, because apparently they're saying he's been pinning charges too. His mother is now gone. So that's traumatizing. And now 9 times out of 10, he's in a home with people that he don't even know. That's traumatizing as well. This is a 7-year-old kid going through all of this behind greed. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Y'all should be ashamed. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all what y'all did. That's let me finish reading it. Police said July 15th that Jamal was released to Child Protective Services, while CPS declined to comment on the case. Jamal White had his initial court appearance July 15th, according to online court reports. His bond was set at $20,000, and he was ordered to have no possession of any dangerous weapons or firearms. Yeah, so that's why he locked up. Hold on, y'all. I think this is an ad. No. Okay, let me pull this down. Let me check my inbox, because sometimes when I'm live, people send me stuff, and I want to see if anybody has sent me anything regarding the case. Like I'm trying to find it, you guys, but I can't find anywhere that it's been verified that Corey is related to the mother. And then y'all, let's check this out. What's the mama name? Paris Marie. Let me see something. This is so phony. She's so fake. I knew that something. Let me pull this up. I knew that she had something to do with it. Like I got a lot of backlash. Well, not a lot, but I got some backlash on the first live that I did about this story, because I kept saying how weird it was that she's not posting anything about her son on social media. I kept saying that. And I had to really sit back and like think about it. Like, why could she, what reason would she be doing that? Anybody that loses a child is going to, I'm sure they're not going to be on social media fucking off, but they're going to be on social media posting about where you can find the missing child, or not where you can find it, but have you seen the missing child? This is what he looks like. This is what he had on. This is the day he went missing. This is the area he may be in. Something. But she didn't. She was completely silent on social media the whole time her son was missing. And then when he was found, she puts, "My son is found. My son is found." She didn't put anything else. Just, "My son is found." This is so, you know what I mean? This is so fake. If anything, if it were me, and I'm pretty sure anybody else, I would have put, thank you, Jesus. My son has been found. The person has been apprehended. This is one of the worst days, one of the worst times in my life. Pray for me and my family. Pray for my son. This has been very traumatic. I'm gonna something, but my son is found. One post. And then right after this post, she stopped posting about him. She started posting about other stuff. Right after he was found, she started posting about a promoter that was unalived in Milwaukee the day before. How do you go from, you shouldn't even be thinking about nobody else's tragedy. You got your own stuff to deal with. That didn't make sense. You and your story posting about, you did 2 posts about your son in your stories. And then you moved on to posting about the promoter that was unalived in Milwaukee. Why are you even thinking about the promoter when your son has gone through this traumatic event in his life? Just hours before, you were under the, you should have been under the impression that you were never going to see him again. You should have been wondering, is he even alive? But you're worried about a promoter. That didn't make sense to me either. So I'm not surprised at all. I'm ready to see what other family members are involved. Were the grandparents involved? I mean, everybody, all of y'all are wicked. Just wicked. She posted, my son is found. This the cousin right here. She was on the news. So she shared where this is the cousin, Simone White. So this is the cousin of, I'm assuming, the mother, not the father. This is the mother's cousin, because she's friends with the mother on social media. The mother's last name is Williams, and she has a tombstone as her cover photo that also says Williams. So I'm assuming this is the mother's side of the family. So she says, like, you couldn't have worded it any better. To do that in broad daylight, they didn't care. I pray none of y'all ever really know that feeling. Because somebody wrote a post saying, basically, I'm not going to read all of this because it's bullshit, but basically saying you don't know what you're going to do in that situation, because a lot of people were judging the father. But like I said, in the beginning of this live, I went in on the dad. At the end of the day, there is no excusing what he did. He ran into the house, slammed the door, stayed in the house until the car pulled off. Either you pussy or you part of the setup. It's one or the other. You either pussy or you part of the setup. You're going to have to take ownership of one of those titles. You either involved or you a pussy. I'd rather just go ahead and say I was involved at this point. I'd rather just go to jail. As a man, you should want to just go to jail and just admit you was a part of the setup, instead of having the whole world thinking that you left your son outside with two masked gunmen that you did not know. You didn't know if they was going to unalive your son. You didn't know what they was going to do. At this point, the whole world looking at you crazy, because no real man, no real father will ever run off and leave their child in effect to face danger alone like that. That's your baby. So it ain't, I don't care if this nigga right here, whoever this is, wrote a whole dissertation. I wouldn't give a damn if you wrote a novel. He was wrong. Period, point blank. I ain't even finna read that shit. I'm not even gonna read that shit. Cause shut up. Look at her. Dang, everybody knows more than us about what happened to our family. A lot of y'all follow that boy's page. They got arrested. One of y'all know who that boy is and who he be with. Y'all so loud on here and so quiet with info that'll help out. I don't know. I don't have the energy I thought I'd have to get on y'all asses. So shout out to everyone that knows us. Ain't nobody saying that they know you, but at the end of the day, the situation is questionable. This is social media. The mother, your relative, the mother just got arrested and is pinning charges for being involved in the abduction of her child. So obviously the media, the public, and the internet, they wasn't too far off. They may have thought that, may not have known exactly what happened, but I think that they weren't too far off when they saw that, when they were saying there's something weird about this story and that it was a setup or something is going on. Somebody knew what happened. First of all, the boy was found too damn fast. So you see, these family members are mad with the internet because the internet is investigated. You know how the internet do, TikTok and them. They're going to investigate. Be mad with your family. Be mad with Shavon for staging all of this. If it wasn't for Shavon, none of this would be happening. The dad allegedly is pinning charges as well. So be mad with them. Don't be mad with the public. Don't be mad with the internet. Don't be mad with social media. People gonna talk. This is a bombshell story. So I ain't even gonna read all that bullshit either. These people got misplaced anger. Be mad with your family. Maybe Simone didn't know nothing about the setup. She said, I think Simone is Jamal's sister. Is it? Maybe I don't know. I don't know who. Well, you might be right because they do kind of look alike, don't they? The reason why I said maybe it was the mom's relative is because the mom's last name is Williams, and she does have a tombstone up here that says Williams. But could be a that could be just a coincidence or whatever. I don't know. Let me see. Especially when they didn't give her back her baby, right? Wow, so they set it up. That's what's being said, T Nice. That is what is being said. I was thinking he was trying to get his rap career off the ground. Damn, those are some extreme measures to get your rap career up off the ground, ain't it? Like, geez. Y'all, I'm gonna look one more time and see if I can find I'm gonna look one more time and see if I can find anything about these two being related. They do look alike. Not Jamal, but Shavon and Corey. I mean, they kind of. I mean, I think they relate. I think they could be. I think they kind of look alike, don't they? This is some sad stuff, man. You know what I thought? You know what? I don't know if you've ever noticed, but anytime a reward is put up, they never really announce who got the reward money because obviously they can't announce who the tipster was. They never really ever talk about that. They never really talk about the reward money. Thank you, Roz, for that cash app. I appreciate you. Shoot, I think I forgot to post my cash app. So y'all still thank you for looking out, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Um, but I think that whoever called the tip in, I think they probably did give them the reward money unless they started piecing things together before they were able to give the reward money. At this point, even though a tip was called in and the $50,000 was promised, if I was the Milwaukee Police Department, I would not be giving that tip money out to anybody, especially not a family member, because they said a family member is the one that called in the tip. So unless they gave them the tip immediately, and usually it's not tip, but the reward money immediately, which I don't believe because usually it's a process to receiving reward money. Usually they have to go through a process. They have to get a code and all type of stuff. So I don't think that they paid them out, especially if they started becoming, curious about all this situation. See, the police knew. I think the police knew that it was something weird going on here from jump. From jump. Does anybody know when the police was actually called after the child was kidnapped? I can't find the information on that. I would love to know. After that child was kidnapped, and we know when he was kidnapped. I think it said like around seven in the evening. Obviously, it's still light outside because during this time of the year, of course, it stays lighter later. It was around seven something. I'm interested in knowing what time the police was called and who called the police. I want to know if the father had called the police and when. I would love to see, I would love that information. Um, K Renee said Corey looks like Paris daddy. I'm gonna send you a pic to see if you can see the resemblance upper. Corey looks like Paris. Okay. Let me go to my pull this now. So did they take the one? I read that one. Let me see if my inbox. A lot of people are just out just saying they're related because they have the last name, the same last name, but I don't see any actual evidence that they're related. I'm gonna check my inbox real quick. Okay. So I'll come back. I'm gonna be back, okay, Renee, because of course I'm gonna be following the story. So I'll be back to talk about any updates or whatever else is going on with this case. Um I might come back later on tonight if I'm still up. I know it's already late, but I think I'm gonna come back later on tonight because I did have another topic that I wanted to touch on today. So I may be back. If not, then I'll just be live tomorrow. And then of course, as you guys know, on Fridays, every Friday, is my the police were suspicious. Rosalind said the police were suspicious because they didn't give the baby to the parents once he was found. Yeah, yeah, they were. Yep, yep. This is crazy. This story is crazy. I'm gonna be watching social media like a hawk to see what come out next. But every Friday, you guys, I do a members only live stream on my channel at Upper Reloaded. Let me type that in so that you guys know to follow my reactions channel. It's at Upper Reloaded. It's all one word put together. So if you're newly subscribed to this channel, make sure that you head over to my reaction channel. All you have to do is go to the search bar and type in at Upper Reloaded, and my reaction channel will pop up. Make sure that you're subscribed over there as well because I go live over there quite often. And I also post over there on my community wall, all type of stuff. So you'll want to be subscribed to both channels. Thank you guys for coming and supporting and participating in the chat. If you didn't hit the like button when you initially came in, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button for me now before you leave. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and to my Upper Reloaded channel. Before you leave, also you still have time to make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of any time that I live stream in the future. All right, you guys, I had fun with y'all. Y'all have a good night. If I do decide to come back tonight, I will see you guys later. All right, peace.